Ahoy folks, Lazy Gamer here with another King of Games deck review. This time being on 6 Samurai. Ended up spending 18,000 gems on them, which was also up on YouTube if you'd like to check it out. Links in the description. What I like about the 6 Sams is the number of ways to play it, be it the way you see it now, perhaps an asceticism build, or a number of other card replacements for the 6 Samurai, allowing for different plays to be made. I'll be working on an ascetic build for the next KoG run, with a nerf coming to Dojo, making this deck list invalid by May 16th, so get those KoG runs in while you can. Though what I was able to hit KoG with and played throughout this season's KC Cup is what you see now, with the skill being Ties That Bind. Everything aside from Grandmaster, Kizaru, and Cunning of the 6 Samurai can be obtained from the Warriors Unite box, with the 3 listed being from Crusaders Battlegrounds. However, it can certainly be replaced with support from the new box instead, perhaps replacing the Kizaru and Grandmaster with a 3rd Inishi, 3rd Legendary Secret of the 6 Samurai, or additional back row support with a 3rd United or Dual Wield. Even then, there's still a number of options, all of which can be obtained from the Warriors Unite box. As for the extra deck, I've got 2 Xians, 2 Armadas, and 1 Giganta Castle, which 2 can be replaced with synchros such as Saberwayne. To briefly go through the cards, and to begin, Grandmaster can be special summoned if you control another 6 Samurai monster on the field, though you can only have 1 Grandmaster on the field at a time. When this card is destroyed by your opponent's card effect, you can target 1 6 Samurai monster in your grave and add it to your hand, including the Grandmaster. Kazan can also be special summoned onto the field when you control another 6 Samurai monster with a different name, and gets an attack boost of 300, as well as defense when you control 2 or more other face-up 6 Sam monsters. Inishi, along with its effect of sending monsters back to the hand during either player's turn by banishing 2 6 Samurai monsters from the grave, once per turn of course, also gains 500 attack and defense when there are 2 or more face-up 6 Samurai monster, aside from it being another Inishi. Secret 6 Samurai Kizaru when special summoned allows you to add 1 6 Samurai monster from your deck to your hand, though it must be a different attribute from every other monster you control on the field. Kizaru can also be banished from the grave if only 1 6 Samurai monster you control would be destroyed by a card effect. Secret 6 Samurai Fuma, when destroyed by battle or card effect, can then special summon 1 6 Sam monster from your deck, aside from another Fuma. Depending on the scenario, it could be ideal to go right into an Inishi with Fuma's effect, or a Kizaru to potentially add a follow-up monster to the hand. It also can be banished from the grave if 1 6 Sam monster you control would be destroyed by a card effect, though it should be noted only 1 card would have to be targeted for this to work. Something like a Treacherous Trapple could bypass it. Legendary Secret of the 6 Samurai can be special summoned from the hand when another secret 6 Sam monster is normal or special summoned, except during the damage step. This means when Kizaru or Fuma is summoned to the field with this deck, you can also bring out the Legendary Secret, which with Fuma can get you into a Xian. Also, once per turn, you can banish 1 level 4 or lower 6 Sam monster from the grave to change this card's attribute level, attack and defense to the card banished, allowing for further plays to be made, whether it be a boost in attack or another synchro summon. 6 Samurai United is a continuous back row spell, where each time a 6 Sam monster is normal or special summoned onto the field, you can place a Bushido counter on the United per 6 Sam with a max of 2 counters. You can then send this card to the grave with at least 1 to 2 counters on it, and draw 1 card for each counter. Cunning of the 6 Samurai as a quick play spell allows you to send 1 6 Sam monster you control to the grave, then target 1 6 Sam monster in either player's grave to special summon it. Great card for OTKs and mirror matches. Xian's Dojo also deals with counters. When a 6 Samurai monster is normal or special summoned, place 1 Bushido counter on it, and can then send Dojo to the grave to special summon 1 6 Samurai or Xian effect monster from your main deck, whose level is equal or less than the number of counters on it. The highest number of counters I've seen on a dojo would be 13, so there is no limit to what 6 Sam effect monster you could special summon. And then there's the treacherous trap hole. Pop 2 monsters on the field if you have no traps in the grave, as well as enemy controller, able to switch the opponent's face-up monsters, attack and defense positions, or tribute one of your monsters to take in opponents until the end of the turn. Finally, in the extra deck, there's Xian, the card you want to get into as soon as possible with this deck, which can be synchro summoned with 1 warrior type tuner and 1 or more non-tuner 6 samurai. Xian allows you to negate and destroy an opponent's spell or trap when activated, once per turn during either player's turn. When coupled with the Cunning of the 6 Samurai, you can send Xian to the grave and bring it back in order to use the negate effect for the second time during the same turn. It also gives you the option to destroy another 6 Samurai monster you control if it was to be destroyed, whether by battle or card effect. Coupled with the Fuma already in the grave, this provides a second form of protection for Xian when solely targeted. Now, as for, I guess, a few things to note regarding this deck, you'd most likely want to go first in order to set up your side of the field with the goal of getting out at least 1 Xian and an Inishi if possible, though having the potential of getting into 2 Xians and an Inishi, among other full boards to start. Reason for this, ideally a Xian and Inishi, is because of their effects, allowing Xian to negate any spell or trap your opponent would activate during their turn, while Inishi would send a normal summon monster that your opponent would bring out right back to the hand, though depending on the matchup you may want to wait to use Inishi's effect. But basically allowing the potential of preventing the opponent from having any monsters on the field and burning through some of their back row, at the least negating 1 trap for the next turn. While there are a number of ways to counter this board, it is difficult. A few other things to note is that it's possible to use Xian's effect on an Ancient Gear Fortress as soon as it's activated, destroying it and still preventing its effect of special summoning an Ancient Gear monster onto the field. Also, it's possible to attack with Xian into a higher attack monster while having Fuma on the field, then choose to destroy Fuma instead, taking less attack damage but still allowing you to potentially special summon an Inishi, where you'd then use Inishi's effect to send that high attack monster back to the opponent's hand and go from there. But that ought to cover everything in this deck. Hope this review is of some benefit, and if you have any questions feel free to ask, I'll be sure to get back to you. I appreciate all of you tuning in, thank you kindly, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Duel! Duel! Duel. 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 Duel.